Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of BMC's YouTube mainframe channel. I'm Priya Salagunla. We're going to look into a new feature that BMC's MainView has recently released. It is Set Port View to manage TCP IP static port definitions. So with the new release of MainView Infrastructure 6.3, now you can use Set Port View to manage TCP IP static port definitions for MainView products. And with the Set Port View, you can configure TCP IP static port or a range of TCP IP static ports for MainView products that are started from a PAS. You can add, browse, change, delete, and deploy the static TCP IP port definitions. To get this feature, you need to apply the PDF BQY2445. And please note that TCP IP static port definition is an optional feature. And one reason you would want to define a static port is if you have restrictions on TCP IP listening port assignments. Also note that the configuration of TCP IP static port for a CAS continues to be managed only via castf view. Now let's go look into how you can add, browse, change, delete, and deploy TCP IP static port or a range of TCP IP static ports. To access the set port view from MainView main selection, go into PLEX Manager. So P for PLEX Manager, press enter, and under administration, scroll down and find static port definitions. Or from Easy PLEX Manager, you can also type in command set set port and press enter. And also from Easy PLEX Manager, you can also type in command con*plex manager set port and press enter. These are the three ways how you can get into set port. Once you are in set port, to add a new TCP IP static port definition, type in command add on the command line and press enter. Now you have add TCP IP static port definition panel opened up, where you need to enter port definition name and give it a port number. For example, I'm giving 3420, and then give a port N number. Port N number should be always greater than port starting number. And I'm going to give star and enter a product name and give it a context, and then press enter and F3. Now we can see that we have a port added. Now next to the existing port definition, under command, type C for change or CHA and press enter to change TCP IP static port definitions and press enter. So now you'll see the change TCP IP static port definition pop-up window has displayed. Now you can change your port definitions, and for example, I'm going to change my port number to 7012, and then I'm going to change my context to sysname.cas1, and then I'm going to give it a comment and press enter for the changes to get applied and do F3 command. Now you'll see my changes. My port number has been changed and also my context has been changed to whatever that I have recently entered. That is how you'll change the context. Now, how to deploy TCP IP static port definitions. In the set port view, next to the port definition that you want to deploy, under command, type T and press enter. So now you can select multiple port definitions by tagging each port definition with a T. On command line, type deploy and press enter. So DEPLOY on the command line and press enter. Now we have TCP IP port definition deployment pop-up has been opened. So to replace TCP IP port definitions, you can type in S, or if you don't wish to replace TCP IP port definitions, you can type in no. So in the S replaces the existing TCP IP definitions on the target system. This applies to all TCP IP port definitions that are selected for deployment. So the default here is yes. And you can exit without deploying from this pop-up by doing cancel on the command line. To confirm that you have selected the correct port definitions for deployment on the command line, type N or next and press enter. So confirm the port definitions that you have want to deploy. And once you are in the targets definition, in the context field, specify the name of one or more systems to which you want to deploy the TCP IP port definitions. If you do not know the system name on the command line, type select and press enter to display the select context dialog. From the list of available single system image context names, type S next to the context that you want to use. You can select only one context here at a time. To save your changes and exit the select context dialog on the command line, type end. The target dialog returns to the list of selected targets. To begin deployment to the selected targets on the command line, type deploy and press enter. And you now see that your deployment has been completed. Now that DPLYMNT view is displayed with the status of your deployment request. You can monitor and manage your request from this view. Thank you for watching.